file says you have a military background. Well, don't embarrass your old outfit. Stay out of trouble. You ever hear that one about the orphan and the platypus? Funny stuff. Can't really remember it. Always good to see another badge.
Alright, I'm going to attempt to do another stream. This morning we were having some major issues with something. I don't know what it was. I'm assuming it's my primary internet. I switched over to the backup internet. We're going to see how that goes. I've done a bunch of diagnostics and stuff, and I can't find anything that's wrong on my end. There's a possibility the network card might be going out on this 8-year-old laptop. It's time to upgrade it anyway. I've been in the market for one, so it might be time to up my timeline for. I was trying to wait till Black Friday to see if I could get a good deal. We'll see. So we're back. We're gonna do some more. Assuming we don't have any hiccups. If we have any hiccups, I'm just gonna do this offline. But as I promised this morning, yeah, let me timestamp this. 5 minutes. Yeah, cross fingers, Transcend. So we'll see how this goes.
How you doing?
I'm doing great. Don't interrupt me. Prompted by the discussion from yesterday's video on how Starfield has so many loading screens and all of the commentary, I was inspired to go back and load one of Bethesda's favorite games of all time, one of their most highly rated games of all time, Oblivion. Specifically, we're taking a look at the remastered version of Oblivion that came out a few months ago this year. I guess that's the most modern version and included all of the fast travel points for people to use right out of the gate. And it's the most modern version of the game, more modern than, say, the Skyrim Big Whammy Anniversary Edition, which I also have. And if I need to go to that video, we will do that video as well if I need to hop into that game. But the purpose of what we're going to be doing, hopefully live today, assuming there's no internet hiccups from here on out. And if there are hiccups, I'm just going to do this offline. But the intent is that we're going to do this offline. So if you're watching this version of it, we did it live. So the discussion was that people have rose-tinted glasses when it comes to Skyrim, Oblivion, and Fallout 4. I'm going to read you a comment. This was the comment that inspired me to do what we're about to do today, which is we're going to directly load into the Oblivion Remastered. We're going to go to the Imperial City. We're also here in New Atlantis in Starfield, and we are going to directly compare the amount of POIs and the amount of loading screens between these two games to prove a point to people. So here's the comment that inspired me to make this video. I got to dig it up really quick because it's over on the short side. And this is from Red Dragon 72Q. Most games have loading screens, but Starfield manages to make them front and center ordeal. When the main cities are loading screen, go from the bottom to the top and vice versa, but you can literally jump from the upper area of the city to the bottom while loading screen. It's lazy programming. Starfield loading screens are just the worst, and so many. And I replied back and said, there are no more or no less than any other Bethesda game. And he said, I agree for the most part, but the cutscenes in Starfield are a huge distraction for me, while in Oblivion and Skyrim, they are fine. Okay, this is the crux of that discussion. In Skyrim and Oblivion, the loading screens are fine, but I have a problem with the loading screens in Starfield. So I said, okay, let's take that theory and put it to the test. Why is it that people think that it's okay for Oblivion and Skyrim and Fallout 4 to have loads and loads and loads of loading screens, but it's not okay for Starfield? And this is where you're going to have people who move the goalpost. Because the discussion is, I'm okay with them in Oblivion and Skyrim and Fallout, but I'm not okay with them in Starfield. So this made me go, let's take a look at how many loading screens there are in Starfield compared to Oblivion. And again, if I need to, I will also go install Skyrim so we can make a direct comparison there. Now, I'm not going to be going to do the whole game, obviously, but we are going to be starting off in New Atlantis and Starfield and directly comparing to the Imperial City in Oblivion Remastered, because those are the two that are, I would say, the most closely related in terms of scope and size and scale. Because if you're going to complain about Starfield having too many loading screens, then I need to hear the same complaint raised about Oblivion, Skyrim, Fallout 4, and all the other Bethesda games. You can't cherry pick one game and not all the others. And you can't move the goalpost either, because moving the goalpost of being like, well, it's a modern game, it should do things differently. No, it shouldn't. It's a Bethesda game. This is how Bethesda makes games. End of story. So let's compare POIs. So here we are in New Atlantis. And if I open up the map here in New Atlantis, actually, let's do it this way. We're going to open this up, and we're going to open up the map here. So this is New Atlantis. These are all of the POIs within New Atlantis, okay? So if we look, I have 1, 2, 3, And I'm counting from the bottom. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28 POIs on the upper level. There's also a lower level to this. So if we want to go, I probably need to write this down. Hang on, let me recount that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 7, 28. 28 in the top side. 28 top side. Hang on. We got to go down to the, what is it called? The well? Where's the well at? The well. Oh, loading screen. Panic. Oh, that took what? All of 90, like 1.5 seconds to load. So we're going to go down the elevator, down to the well. Dun, dun, dun. Every game has loading screens 5 UFO, and you would know this if you'd actually played other video games. Alright, we're going to open up this map now. And down here we have an additional 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There may be some more down in here if I went and explored. But let's just say 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. Let's say, for the sake of argument, we've got 35 POIs total. Okay, in New Atlantis. Now, oh, it's not a waste of my time, DeGen. I make money off this shit. Are you kidding me? You must be new around here if you think this is a waste of time. I make money. I get paid making content. Alright, so, the other thing is, oh, it's absolutely, Laura, it's not about reasoning with them, it's about me having fun and making money with my content. So it has no other reasoning other than I'm doing this for my own sake of enjoyment. So before we load over into Oblivion, because we're going to load into Oblivion here in a second, one of the things I would like to point out is many of the POIs that we just looked at do not have an actual doorway that leads into some place where there is a loading screen. So as an example, if I go over here to, let's see, probably any of these eateries, if I can get to them from here, we're going to run over here. So as an example, many of the POIs on the map, like Reliant Medical, do not require you to click a door to enter. Boom, we are inside Reliant Medical without needing to click a door to enter the building. Now there is possibly a different structure on the inside where we can then click a door and go in. So this is similar to what you're going to see in Oblivion, but not all of the POIs do this. A lot of the restaurants, as an example, you can just walk in and the NPCs, like the Terra Brew, I think is what they're called. Many of these POIs have a front office that don't have anything to log into. Some of them do. I don't know if there's any other close ones to us. There's the clothiers there. The tower has apartments, which you can click into. So like this one, that's a door that you would need to go into. And this is what we're looking for. We're looking for doors that you need to go into to enter. This one has a door you need to go into. So keep that in mind. This one does not. This is chunks. And so this one doesn't have anything. Okay. So here we are. We counted 35 POIs in New Atlantis, top side and bottom side, right? All of those POIs have some form of interactable thing. You can fast travel to those points of interest, but not all of them have doors which require you to then click on and go into. Those provoke additional loading screens. So let's say, for the sake of argument, there are, let's say all of these, let's just say that all of these potentially have a door that you have to click on. That's 35 POEs that would provoke a loading screen in New Atlantis. Now we're going to switch games. And we're going to go over to Elder Scrolls 4, Oblivion. This is the remastered version, and I already have a character parked in the city, Imperial City, right? So we're going to start off in the Market District. And in the Market District alone, hang on. We're going to go district by district. Hang on. First and foremost, let's start with how many districts are there in the Imperial City? Okay. Sewer. Well, the sewer counts as one. So sewer is one. Prison is... Well, actually, you know what? Let's just, for the sake of argument, let's stick to the green POIs. Because those are the ones that are going to be the actual Imperial City POIs. Here's the other ones. That we'll deal with the sewer stuff later. So Imperial City POIs, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There are 10 districts in the Imperial City in Oblivion. Hang on. We're mathing, kids. If you don't like math, that's your problem. We're proving a point today. So we're going to start off. We're going to go to the, we're in the Imperial City Market District right now, right? And just in the Market District alone, we can discount any of the exits because the exit, well, no, we can't. We can't discount exits because those are loading screens. Hang on. we absolutely have to count the exits because those are loading screens. So just in the Market District alone, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, unless my math is wrong. That's 26 in the Market District. 26 POIs with loading screens. Just in the Market District. Now, let's go ahead and go to a different district. Say, let's just pick, I'll let chat pick. What district should I go to next, everybody? The first 5 people who comment, that's the place I'll go. So give me an option here, guys. Which district should I go to next to look at? Because we've already got 26 POIs from the Market District. By the way, while we're waiting for chat to comment, if you look here, this is just the same. It's the exact same as Starfield. It's a door. If I click the door, I have to load into the building. This is a loading screen. No different than Starfield. We're already in the market, Mike. So hang on. So just like Starfield, this is Oblivion, which is the same as Skyrim. I have to click a door. It gives me a loading screen to go in and out, right? Every single one of these doors. I don't know that any of these actually, you know how some of the POIs in Starfield in New Atlantis can walk into like chunks? I don't know that any of the POIs in Oblivion can be entered without prompting a loading screen. I don't know if there are any of these that are open buildings. If there are,
how are you?
Let me know. But I don't think any of these, I think every single one of these, because it's marked as a door on the map. Let me see what chat said to go to next. I see Elven Gardens. Okay, let's go to the Elven Gardens next. So, which one is Elven Gardens? Elven Gardens District. Oh, loading screen. Oh no. But I thought Oblivion and Skyrim and Fallout 4 didn't have loading screens, guys. I thought these games were innocent and perfect and the best games Bethesda's ever made, and they didn't have loading screens because Starfield's the only game that had loading screens, right? All right. Now, we're going to go to the map for the Elven District. Oh my god. All right, hang on. So, we're already up at 26. 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. We're at 50, 51, 52. If I'm not mistaken, that's 52. So already, I'm at 52 POIs, which require loading screens. After only, and hang on, We've only done 2 districts. That's it. We've done 2 districts in the Imperial City, and I already have, what, a dozen more POIs than we have in New Atlantis. Right? Not making this up. Let's go back to Starfield. We're going to load back in here. I want to make sure that I'm not making this up so that no one can accuse me of cherry picking my data. We can go in here and look at the map. That's it. Right? Okay. So, in 2 districts, I've already found more loading screens in the Imperial City in Oblivion than I have found in New Atlantis in Starfield. There are 8 more districts to go in Oblivion, in the city. Now, one thing I will say that I haven't done here, and I'm also not going to do it in Oblivion. So, as an example, in Oblivion, if you were to go to the Mages Guild, any of the Mages Guild, each one of those Mages Guilds is going to have additional rooms inside of the Mages Guild, which are going to add POIs. You're going to have the different levels of the Mage Tower. You're going to have the basements and everything else. Many of the homes in Oblivion have basements, so on and so forth. Many of the structures that you go into here, the apartment buildings, for example, those will have rooms that you can go into the exact same way that Oblivion does it. Remember, Starfield is a Bethesda game. This is how Bethesda makes games. This is the way Bethesda has been making games for decades. Remember, the point of this is to show you that your rose-tinted glasses about how Skyrim and Oblivion and Fallout 4 are these amazing games that can't be criticized, that's not quite true, because what it really comes down to is that just in this immediate comparison, which is not, it's not case closed, proof positive that Oblivion has more loading screens than Starfield, but it is proof positive that the Imperial City in Oblivion has more POIs and loading screens than New Atlantis does in Starfield. So if you are going to praise Oblivion as an example of being this amazing game that Bethesda made and that Starfield is trash comparatively speaking because, oh my god, Starfield has so many loading screens, then you are a hypocrite. Point blank, end of story. Because if you accept that Oblivion is a great game, and you accept the loading screens that come with the Oblivion experience, then you also accept the loading screens that come with the Starfield experience, because in this example, there are less loading screens, fewer loader screens in the city of New Atlantis than there are in the Imperial City of Oblivion. And that's the math that I wanted to show people today. Because this is one of those discussions for me that's great fun. Because it proves that the people who say things like Starfield has so many loading screens, it's just a piece of shit game. You're not actually talking about this from a logical place. Because logically speaking, Oblivion has more. At least in the city. Now, I don't know about Skyrim. I don't have Skyrim loaded right now. But, Fallout 4, as an example, also has lots of loading screens. And that's another Bethesda game that is touted as being this amazing experience. It's one of the best RPGs of all time. All of these Bethesda games do it the exact same way. They're not breaking the mold with any of their games. And I fully anticipate that the Elder Scrolls 6 is going to have loading screens as well. And we don't care, because that's the Bethesda formula, and those of us who love Bethesda games love Bethesda games. So, just a little math for the mathematically challenged this morning. And thankfully, the internet did not crap out while I was recording that, so I got to do this whole thing live, and now I'm going to go back and go through the chat and see how many people are all pissed off and cranky and ranty about, that's just not true, that's impossible! Gotta channel our inner Luke Skywalker for that. It's not true! That's impossible! How dare you Prove me wrong with math. 25-minute end. I was having some issues earlier today, Hector. I'm pretty sure, knock on wood, that whatever issues I was having were related. I don't know. We'll see. Looks like Twitch still has dropped a couple of times, so I think we're still having issues no matter what. But I think there's some sort of an internet hiccup going on. We'll see. I'm doing all the things I can to troubleshoot it, but we'll see. All right, let me go through chat. Napier says, I'm so tired of people that don't make video games complaining about games being made. I know, right? That's all I play is good games, hey Cruz. People are going to complain just to complain. Yep. Yeah, if you have your game installed on a good solid state drive or like a PS5 or an Xbox Series X, the loading screens are nothing. They're like a second and a half at most. So it's just one of those things where as long as you're not running a potato. Red Dead Redemption 2 has some of the longest loading screens if you've never played it. It's an amazing open world game. It still has loading screens. Well, Duncan154, in order to provide a healthy disagreement, you would have to provide facts. Not emotional responses, but facts. You would have to actually bring facts to the table, like I just did. I brought factual math to the table. You would also need to bring factual math and actual facts to the table, not emotional discussions. And you can't move the goalpost. That goalpost being Starfield has too many loading screens, but Oblivion, Skyrim, and Fallout are exempt from that discussion. That was the discussion point of today's video, so that's the only thing we're allowed to discuss. If you want to discuss whether or not Bethesda should do a better job of masking loading screens like other games do, that's a different discussion, not part of this discussion. That's moving the goalpost, so... But even Cyberpunk 2077 has loading screens, as does No Man's Sky. These are all games that people have tried to claim don't have loading screens. They absolutely do.
It could be a dangerous situation.
Good day.
That's exactly true, Hector. You watch for things like hitching, FPS drops, zone lines. Cyberpunk 2077 does it with the city zones, the neighborhoods. I think they're called neighborhoods, and elevators. They mask them with elevators a lot as well. What's up, United?
Speak.
Hello.
Good morning. Everyone's talking about the great victory over Mehrunes Dagon. I can hardly believe that the great Oblivion crisis is over.
That's great. Good.
Tell us you don't know anything about...
Bye.
What do you need, champion?
No, you do not have the right to demand perfection. You know what? I think we're just going to ban the trolly little bitch in chat.
Good morning.
I'm glad that the
Hello
Oblivion
there.
crisis is over. What is it now?
Bye-bye.
Everyone's talking about the great victory over Mehrunes
happens
Dagon.
to the Empire
I can
now?
hardly
We've gotten
believe
rid of
that the
5
great Oblivion
UFOs.
crisis
That guy was just
is
being a
over.
trolly little shit.
That's great. Good to
Do I have my media thing ready?
Strong hand, fist of iron, judgment falls. Hearts are dying, banhammer strikes. Tears like rain, justice served. Feel their pain.
That's right.
Everyone's talking about the great victory over Mehrunes Dagon. I can hardly believe that the great Oblivion crisis is over.
That's great. Good to hear.
Claudette Perrick runs a fine alchemy shop. You should check out the guild.
You're supposed to look at all the streams together,
Claudette
officer.
does a
If you
good
want to,
job.
if you want to
Still,
talk
she
about
should
the
rename
numbers,
the
you're
place.
watching on TikTok,
I've heard
which
others
might
say
only
the
have 4 or
same.
5 viewers.
What's the news
You need
from
to
the other
go
parts
around.
of
I'm live on
Tamriel?
TikTok,
I
Twitch,
understand
YouTube,
paperwork has
and
become increasingly
Kick. We
prevalent
just
in
started streaming on
Somerset Isle.
TikTok. So if you think I only have
It
4
seems
viewers,
Somerset Isle
your
has
math
become a
isn't
much more
mathing, and you need to
dangerous
educate
place.
yourself. Because right now
Safe
you look like an
travels.
absolute
Goodbye.
idiot for making that comment.
Prey approaches. Have you heard that Samuel Bantian?
No,
is a
no,
bit
7, not
of
even
a
17. Keep
jackass?
going up. You got to keep going up. You got to go
Apparently,
check
he can
Kick.
teach
You
you the
got to check
basics of
TikTok. You got to
woodworking.
check Twitch. You got to
You
check
got
YouTube.
some nimble
You got to do the
fingers.
aggregate, bitch.
What have you been getting into?
Doesn't work like that. You got to do your math right. That's right, Devon. You showed up just in time to feel their pain. We've actually got 67, I think, right now on YouTube.
Greetings, fellow
Twitch just
Breton.
went down. I think we were
I've
at
heard that
32
the
on
Oblivion
Twitch.
crisis
Twitch is
is
back
What do
right
you
now,
need, champion?
But I
so
can't
it'll
help
climb
wondering,
back up in a minute because it
what happens to
crashed.
the Empire now?
I think we're about 100 according to.
Isn't the
I'm going
guild
between
correct
90 and
for
like
a nice shop?
107 on
I
Streamlabs,
browsed Claudette's shop,
and we
but
just
I
got
haven't
going.
spent a lot of time there.
Farewell.
Heard any
We're
news
only
from
what
the other
30 minutes into
provinces?
the stream.
They say syndicates of wizards have led a boycott
That
of
was a
various
loading
shops
screen
in
for
the
trolls.
landscape. It seems Somerset Isle has become a much more dangerous place.
Yes, I'm the same name everywhere. It's Renfail on all the places. Everything in between the streams happens on YouTube, so all the game guides, discussion videos, the discussion we just had is getting clipped out for YouTube here in a bit. All the movie reviews, TV show reviews, and beyond happens on YouTube. This is the day job. I play a lot of games. Tomorrow we're going to be starting Ghosts of Yotai. We did have some technical
How can I assist
difficulties
you,
this
Captain?
morning. We'll hopefully get that ironed out. I have no idea what the issue was. We seem to be okay right now, knock on wood, but I was also okay for about 45 minutes this morning before the internet went bleh.
Hail, sir.
Almost 4 years full-time on YouTube, 2 years
Hello.
full-time on Twitch in about 2 weeks, I think. I'll have to check. I think our
Speak.
two-year anniversary for Twitch is coming up, and
Greetings,
we
Imperial.
just started doing Kick
So,
and
have
TikTok
you bet on any arena
live
matches
streaming
lately?
about a week and a
No
half
doubt.
ago, 2
Did
weeks
you
ago.
know you can officially complain about the merchants in town?
Venetia may have the worst job.
But you've only got 4 viewers on TikTok. Don't be so grumpy. Oh, 100 viewers across 5 platforms is good for a senior citizen in a diaper. Well, you're off by a few decades. And the fun thing is, it doesn't matter how many viewers I have because I'm full-time. So I get to play video games full-time while you're still stuck in your mom's basement, Officer Reptar. Sitting there typing away on TikTok. I'm edgy and cool, trying to be a troll in chat. Meanwhile, I'm getting paid to play video games. That's right, bitch. I got the job you only wish you had. If you've got to travel, stay on the roads. There's Daedra about. Ghost drops tonight for some people. I won't be playing it until tomorrow morning. We'll be starting bright and early like we always do at 4:30 a.m. Central. He's only an officer in cosplay. Alright, let's see here. I think we'll go back to Starfield now. That's the thing, Toxic Vader. Loading screens were never a problem until someone brought it up and made it an issue. And then it's been an ongoing thing for like the past 2 years about, hey, it's Starfield loading screens. Feel their pain. Alright, I gotta remember what I was working on, because now that we're done with that, What quest was I working on? It was not that quest. We're not doing the beer. Oh, we could check in with Sergeant Yumi since we're here.
So,
Dun, 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 dun. Oh, it's definitely true, Gray.
Nova Galactic all the way.
If you convince someone that
Once the ship is
red
out,
is green, and
we can't
there's a whole bunch of people who would be like, that's right, red is green. I have a whole base building guide and series on YouTube, Devon. The second playthrough I did of Starfield last year, when I did Shattered Space. I think it was either right before or right after Shattered Space. We did a base building run. I got all the way up to the point where I was automating stuff, and that's when I was like, that's enough. I'm not going to go down that whole pipeline. Best thing is Starfield never went anywhere to begin with.
Ah, crime has slowed down since you started helping out, which is good for morale. Yep. Something
He
just came in.
did have a
Scuffle
follow-up.
over at the Dawn's Roost. Security on site handled it, but now one of them is saying the other guy stole his wedding ring. Problem is, he left without identifying the perp, so I need you to talk to Royce Elgin at the Dawn's Roost. See if you can fill in the gaps.
I could do that.
Good. Report back here when the matter's resolved.
What is the Dawn's Roost?
A restaurant over in the residential district. Caters to a very fancy clientele. It's the kind of place where folks come in different sizes, depending on the food.
That's pretty fancy.
Let me know if you have any questions.
Nope. Back to New Atlantis. Halt, citizen. What's up, Lau? Did I have a problem with the troll? We had somebody briefly earlier, but we got them banned and out of here. Because that's what we do with trolly little bitches. Now I'm jonesing to play some Oblivion. By the way, I forgot how big that game was. It was 122 or 126 gigabyte download this morning. I was like, damn, I don't remember that game. We just played it a few months ago, but I didn't remember it being that big. But just being over there and hearing the music and the guards and everything.
Fancy armor you got there.
I do hope you are enjoying your time in New Atlantis. There is simply no parallel to the food you will find here. One taste, and I'm sure you'll agree.
Is this a new playthrough? No. I mean, yes, but no. I'm not doing a full playthrough. I logged on today to make a point because I wanted to do that Starfield versus Oblivion video. And then we've been playing for the last week or so off and on in between other projects. Like we were playing Titan's Quest 2 this morning. We're going to be playing Ghost of Yotai tomorrow. So it's not really, this is my third playthrough. I heard about a fight that happened here at your restaurant.
A most unfortunate incident, complicated by the fact that both parties were inebriated. While I wasn't privy to the entire argument, Hugo and Octavio have been dining here together for quite some time. So, it was surprising to see them at each other's throats.
I need to find one of the patrons. Apparently he stole something.
I assume that would be the slender gentleman, Hugo Fournier. He was the one who excused himself after UC security arrived. I believe he lives in Athena Tower, although he may be checking out soon. But I would start there.
Enjoy the rest of your day.
Is this story the best out of all the Bethesda games? You know, I don't.
So after an hour of whining, they're finally out.
I actually think personally, like, I do enjoy some of the faction stories quite here. And here's the thing. I have said on the record, and I'm happy to repeat it, I think Starfield is my favorite Bethesda game of all time. But I do think that Fallout 4, I think the story of Fallout 4, if I would have to go back and look at the story beats again, because it's been a while since I've done 4, but I really like the story in Fallout 4, like the main story, not the faction. You know, all the factions are fun, but I really do, and I like the main story in Oblivion. The main story in Oblivion is great. I think because Oblivion has always been better to me than Skyrim. Like Skyrim is dragon powers, whereas Oblivion, you're helping the Emperor dies, you're off to find the Prince, you're helping the Prince close the gates of Oblivion, you have to deal with the crazy Daedra dude. It has some amazing voice acting, some of the voice talent, Sean Bean, Patrick Stewart, Terrence McKenna. Not Terrence McKenna, Jesus. It's a different guy. Why am I blanking on... Oh, he just passed away, too. The other actor who plays the god. Why am I blanking on his name? He was General Zod in... Terrence Stamp. I said Terrence McKenna. I meant Terrence Stamp. So, like, the voice cast for Oblivion was just... fire. Starfield has already been discussed as being a platform that will be supported for more than a decade because of Creations and beyond. I mean, that's been the goal from day one.
You're listening to the Settled Systems News Network.
Unregistered armor. What? No known manufacturer? Well, whoever made that, tell them to get a license from Mast next time.
Okay, hello. Oh, I can't believe that Octavio. That liar, that manipulator, that...
Man who's charged you with theft, you mean?
Yes, the man who... Wait, what? He's accusing me of theft? The nerve of that Lothario! 5 years we were together, half a decade! And he threw it all away for that waiter!
So, tell us what happened.
It was supposed to be a romantic dinner, our last before we pledged our lives to each other. But an hour before, I decided to do some cleaning to calm my nerves. I picked up a pair of pants he left on the floor, and out falls a napkin from the Dawn's Roost with a number written on the back. To think he had the audacity to schedule a date with me at the same restaurant? I was livid! Still, I went to the date and held it together just long enough for the waiter to serve us, then I went off!
So your ex claims you stole the ring.
He would say that, but as far as I'm concerned, it's my property. He gifted it to me when he proposed. It's not his to return.
Fair point. No crime here. I'll tell Sergeant Yumi you're free to go.
I'm glad you could see reason. This ring is going to fund a very long vacation across the settled system.
Nice.
Maybe I'll even take pictures.
Do it. Do it. Do it. There is nothing like a vengeful ex. You go, girl. Post those pictures. This is what you're missing out on, bitch. Wait, did it? Hang on. Did it resolve and not? I may have mistaken where I need to go here. No, I think we're okay. I think we go back to. Yeah.
Officer, what can I do for you?
Finish my investigation.
Ah, perfect. Did you manage to get the ring back?
It was never stolen in the first place. It was gifted.
Really? I should have known this was a waste of time the moment I laid eyes on that drunk. That's on me. Without saying names, there are some people in this city who treat us like their personal security service. But you know how it goes. Sometimes we protect, other times we serve. Either way, I'm still going to pay you for your time. Here.
Thank you very much.
Take this. It's well deserved.
I got 6,000 XP and some coin. Do, 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 do. All right, that is done. Charging. Give me a second here. I gotta check a package order. Yeah, I remember that being a fun little quest. Let's see here. WhatsApp. Ah, it's getting closer. Let me update Chris really quick. That was notification for my PS5 insurance, actually. So they sent me the refund for my original PS5 through the extended warranty. They're sending me a MasterCard with the amount of money that I paid for the original. And it is supposed to, it's either going to arrive this afternoon. It should arrive this afternoon, but I don't know if I'll be able to pick it up this afternoon or if I'll pick it up tomorrow morning, because the office here is local. They're not going to deliver it to my house. I have to go to the office to pick it up. And I think the office in the afternoons is only open from like 4 to 6 or 4 to 6:30. So if they don't have it by 4 o'clock today, I'll go in tomorrow and get it. But that's cool that that's going to be here. And we're actually going to use that. I think we're going to buy ourselves some stuff for our kitchen for our anniversary, because our 12th wedding anniversary is coming up here in a couple of weeks. We would love a vacation, but we can't go anywhere because of all the animals, so. Alright, that's good to know. Thanks for the follows over on Kick, guys. Appreciate it. Maniac, Shade, and Yamil. We're slowly growing over there. We just started there about, what, week and a half ago? We're up to 34 followers. Yeah! We're almost to 5,000 on Twitch. We've got about 150 left to go to get our annual goal of 5,000. And then YouTube is good, man. I have no goals with YouTube this year. The only goal I have with YouTube is just getting to 100,000 followers so I can get my plaque. It's not going to happen this year. Might happen next year. We'll see. Depends on if I go full rage baiter or not. That's a quick and easy way to get followers. I just need to start copying the guys who do all those "this is insane" videos. I don't want to do Shattered Space right now. What is this? Location of the ECS Constant?
Ship Constant. What is the nature of your communication? Whew. I was worried for a second that you might be a pirate or something. I sure am glad to see you instead.
Dun, 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 dun. How you holding up?
Great. The engineers are keeping it running smoothly. The grav drive's still working like a charm. And now that we can contact others out there, we've been able to pick up supplies and perform some much-needed maintenance on the Oak Constant.
Need any help with something?
I think we're doing pretty good. Captain Breckenridge hasn't informed me of any pressing concerns, at least. Oh, you know what? I think I heard Janet grumbling about needing help with something. Maybe come aboard and talk to her?
Let's do it.
Actually, Abe might need some help from someone with the ship. He's been stressing out about it lately, but what else is new? You can always dock with us and go talk to him.
Yeah, they move once they get the grav drive, Sandy. All right, so let's go ahead and dock. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. So it's still pinging me for the location. Alright, we're supposed to talk to... She said Abe and somebody else. Judy, I forget.
Now that we know there are other people out there, we need to be more prepared for trouble than ever.
You're lucky we're under orders not to escort you right off this ship.
We've got strict rules around here, but they're strict for a reason.
I have no idea where I'm going.
I like to think I'd still have an important job on Paradiso, but I'm glad The new grav drive is taking some time to get used to, but nothing I can't handle.
So, do you have more questions for me?
Yes, so many. Does everyone have their own spaceships like you? Do people only live on naturally habitable planets, or did they learn to terraform? Are we in contact with alien species? I have so many more, but I don't want to take up all your time.
Not everyone has ships, but many do.
Haha! I knew it! Incredible! Amazing! Simply amazing! In our ancestors' time, only the very wealthy could afford to build ships. Even this ship was only possible by our families pulling together nearly all of their financial resources.
Alright.
See you!
She gave me two names. She said Abe and somebody else whose name I don't know. So I gotta try to find who this Abe person is.
Sure is nice to know there are other people out there.
Colonist.
We were so close to finding our new home. Hopefully it won't be too much
Because the POI is pointing me towards the landing pad. So.
Hey there.
The loading dock.
Boy, am I glad you weren't some sort of alien
Suit.
or something.
Oh, hey! I've been hearing a lot about you. You're the one who helped us out of that mess so we can find a new place to live. I'm Daisuke, the Constant's provisions manager.
Daisuke.
It's nice of you to come back and visit so I can finally meet you in person. Let me know if there's anything I can help you with.
What do you have for sale?
Just the basics. We can also make a deal for anything you want to offer.
Show me what you have. Ain't nothing wrong with playing games in your 40s, Phoenix. Grown man playing video games. You know what? Speaking of which, that's the perfect moment to say... Don't forget, you can get your Grown Man Playing Games merch. Right there, link in chat. Thanks, Tej. Follow along. Just dropped a link in all the chats for everybody. Since we're talking about grown men playing video games. Your grown-ass man playing video games merch. Which is actually our signature collection. I've got about 8 more collections to add over the next few weeks. Alright, you got a bunch of ammo, anything unique. If I cared about suits, that's not a bad looking suit right there. Oh, elbow grease gear. Ooh, I like the jumpsuit. But if I'm gonna go for stuff like that, I need to go to Shattered Space because they've got way cooler outfits. Hey, I'm the Marshmallow Man. Alright, we do want to buy... Nah, I don't want to sell any of that. Do I have any miscellaneous? Nope, not resources. Yes. Oh, that, my friends... Where did I get the Vulture Dustware? Dude, that's pretty good looking, man. I may have to switch out of my... I don't know, my Starborn stuff's pretty cool, but that duster is pretty fucking awesome. I am not selling that. Hell no.
Be seeing you.
Hold up. Can I wear that since I'm wearing my Yeah, the dual wear I don't care. Where the hell did I get the Vulture Dustware? Is that from the Tracker Quest? I bet that's from the Tracker Quest and I just never paid attention. I do not remember that. What's up? He can come in. Just gonna come in. Aren't you good boy Fredo? Who's a good boy? Mommy brought you. Oh, mommy's cleaning the house. Oh, what are you doing? Oh, you good boy. Where's Smeagol? Okay. Oh, you good boy. Oh, are you chirping? You wanna go to bed? What? What? You got chirpies? You got the chirps? Yeah, that was this morning. I guarantee you that's what it was last night. Creo que él brinca arriba. A la plástico. ¿Cómo se llama este? Por algo. Porque si él brinco... No, si él brinco y se llega y luego se pega a la pared, perdón, probablemente le hace ruido. Frodo, what are you doing? He's acting like he wants a snack.
I've lived my entire life in the Constant. Not sure how else to live.
Alright. I still have not found any of the people on here that I'm supposed to talk to that she mentioned. Abe
Great.
and
How many
somebody
more
else.
days, months, years of being cooped up here before we find
Classroom up. Oh no, guys, there's gonna be a loading screen. What's up, Oblivion?
Huh. You're less weird than I thought you would be. I was just thinking of all the knowledge we can share between us and the other Earth survivors.
I heard.
Hello there. Given that I don't know you, you must be this visitor I've been hearing so much about. I'm Julia, the Constant's chief historian. It's nice to meet you on this momentous occasion.
It is nice to meet me. What can you tell me about the Constant?
As chief historian, I can tell you a lot, probably. What do you want to know?
Let's see here. How long have you been traveling?
Well, we launched Tuesday, September 27th, 2140. So, about 190 years now. Would have been longer, but it turns out we have an ace navigator who saved us some time with some tricky maneuvers. I hope you'll come back. There's so much to learn.
I am. I really am. Positive reinforcement is key to happy living, everybody. You're great. I know. I am great. Except for the days when I'm not. But even then, I'm great to my wife. And if I'm great to my wife, that means I'm great. If I'm not great to my wife on a good day, I'm great to my animals. And if I'm great to my animals, I'm still great.
I bet you've been on lots
My great
of close
niece
space
thinks I'm great.
just like in the old movies.
You're always great to someone. Unless you're a Reddit troll, in which case, you're just a waste of space. Progress is contagious! I've already been to engineering. Alright, Command Bay. I still haven't found Abe or whoever the other person is.
Careful waving that fancy gun around. We don't need to see what it can do.
Oh, you wanted me to take my gun out and show you my pistol, baby?
We were never trained to address threats coming from outside our ship.
Take no offense, but I am keeping an eye on you.
That's great. I still haven't found
Hey! Maybe
Abe.
you could help out Abe. He's been talking about needing someone with a ship.
Okay,
You're lucky we're
now
operators
there
not
it
to
went.
escort you right off this ship.
Okay, so it just set the active mission to talk
I
with Abe.
maintain order around here.
That's what I was looking for, was who's going to tell me to talk to
That
Abe.
planet was not right for us anyway. No doubt the next one will be.
How's your crew holding up?
Understandably, some are disappointed.
She
that
gave
we
me
gave
another
up our
name when I
home,
was landing,
but
and I don't remember
I think
what
I've
it
managed to
was.
convince them that this
Linda
will
or
be best
something?
in the long term. I have no doubt that even if it takes more time, we will manage to find something even better. And it's important to remember we're still way ahead of our original schedule. Everything will be fine.
Okay.
Until next
Bulbina
time.
says, 2 friends sent me messages telling me you have to watch her in right now. Oh, well, we got past the initial video that I was recording at the beginning of this, which I'm going to have out on YouTube later. The short version, Babylonia, is that I loaded up the game. I loaded up Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remastered, and we proved with math. We went and looked at New Atlantis and Starfield has 35 POIs with loading screens, and just 2 districts in the Imperial City in Oblivion have 52 POIs with loading screens between the Market District and the Elven District, and there are still 8 other districts in here. So we're going to be publishing that later on YouTube today, which is going to be Oblivion has more loading screens than Starfield, or something along those lines. I haven't decided on a title yet, but we did math, and we showed it in real time. That's great. And we had some really pissy people. We had to ban a troll because he got all bitchy about it in chat.
Is it a tougher person to get
It's going to be great. I can't wait. We're going to get some pissed off crybabies in chat when I publish that video. But, how dare you? How dare you say that Oblivion is no, that's not true. That's impossible.
The Ultima have...
Next up is going to be loading my Skyrim Anniversary Edition and showing how Skyrim has more loading screens than Starfield. And then I'm going to load up Fallout 4, and we're going to show how Fallout 4 has more loading screens than Starfield.
Just stay out of trouble.
I love my job. It's the best job in the world. Speak with Abe.
Now that we know what's out there, things are going to be more interesting.
One thing I do wish they would add is these little waypoints. I would love it if they would stay on the ground after you close down your scanner. That would be a cool little quality of life feature. Can I not jump over? Really? There's some stairs down over here?
The Constant is a peaceful ship.
We got strict rules around here. They're strict rules.
These are exciting times, aren't they?
Records. Wait, is this the guy that wanted the comic books or something? I vaguely remember something like this.
Wow, I've heard about you, but here you are.
Hi. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Hello. You're the alien. Sorry, old habit. Let me start over. You're the person who helped us with our little dilemma, aren't you?
I am the one. Indeed, I am.
Sorry, yeah. Deep breath. Here we go. I'm Abe. Levitz. Abe Levitz, cabin manager on board the ship. So, I'm happy to help you with anything you need during your stay with us.
That's right. Grown men can have fun too. In fact, grown men tend to have the best fun. Not just grown men and women, grown adults, grown-ass human beings have more fun than most everybody else.
I'm happy to schmooze with you anytime.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Keep your schmooze to yourself, buddy. I don't recognize some of the words you're using. Can you help me out?
Oh? Oh, you must mean the Yiddish. It's an old family tradition. The Levitts have been trying to keep it alive for hundreds of years now. See, we didn't think the language would survive if we didn't, so we charged ourselves with preserving it. It's a point of pride for our family, and something I'd like to pass on to others so they don't forget. Like my great-great-great-great-grandmother's latke recipe.
Sounds like you need help with something.
Oh, you heard? I was just kvetching to myself.
Kvetching? I've never heard that
I
word
just need
personally.
to find someone
like
with
in
a
real
ship,
life, I've
but
never heard kvetching.
Hey, you're someone with a ship, aren't you?
I am.
I'll save you the spiel, but ever since we found out that people exist out there, the crew's been asking me if we could track down possible relatives. I made the mistake of looking some up, and now they want to connect with them. Now, I'm not gonna ask you to schlep anyone back and forth, but could you deliver these messages for us to connect our crew with their relatives?
Yep.
Oh, you're such a mensch! Thank you! Let me get you the letter and the information you'll need to track down the relative.
Alright. Do I need to follow him? Alright. I don't know who the other person was I was supposed to talk to. When I get back into space, I will check the, I can probably hail the ship again, and she'll tell me. Oh, that's the latrine. Yeah, we don't need to there. Yep. Can I jump down?
I'm worried about Janet. I wonder
Janet!
if someone from the outside can help her.
Janet! Damn it! Janet! I love you!
Oh, I've heard about you. The visitor who helped us get into the situation we're now in, roaming the galaxy with no end in sight. Sorry, I don't mean to be ungrateful or rude. I'm just frustrated.
You don't seem very happy here with your life in the ECS
Is it
Constant.
that obvious? Breckenridge is intent on finding a home just as perfect
I've
as
one
Paradiso,
thing to say,
and,
and that's
clear
damn it,
that's never going
Janet.
to happen.
I love you.
I'd love to leave. But outside of you and the occasional passing trade ships we make contact with, there aren't any ways off this ship. And besides, Breckenridge forbids it. I've tried. She insists we stay together for the sake of the community.
The river was deep, but I swam
I'm
it.
stuck here.
Janet. The future is ours, so let's plan it. Janet. God, I haven't watched that movie in a while. That might be fun to watch. I wonder if I could convince Captain. Oh, this is the potato quest. If you fail to
It's a
convince
long
the
shot.
captain.
You've dealt with her.
I do remember this.
You know she can be stubborn. But then again, you did make her see reason before and set us on this path. Maybe you can do it again and fix this mess. Sorry, I know it may not sound like it, but I'd
Everything
actually
is
be
good,
really
Maniac
grateful to
Shade.
you if you succeed.
Alright, family reunion. I think this is the one that I was remembering the other day, that you have to try to convince the captain to let her go, and in order to do it, if you fail the thing, she wants the potatoes. Janet, Dr. Scott, Janet, Brad, Rocky.
Just because our equipment's old, doesn't.
Yeah, I know. But aren't you worried about running out of food?
Now that we know there are other people out there,
Hold up before I leave the shit.
we need to be more prepared for trouble than
Hang
ever.
on, let me go back. What was I supposed to do for her? Ah, it's right here. Speak with Diana. There we go. And I don't have any
I just
Paramore
don't
or
think it's fair
anything
to
to
the rest of us.
boost. You've actually never played Star Wars: The Old Republic, Maniac Shade. So for context, everybody, since we're multi-streaming many places, Maniac Shade is over on Kick, and he just said, if Star Wars: The Old Republic had planets without loading screens 10 years ago, then why am I not allowed to troll Bethesda for Starfield? You didn't actually play Star Wars: The Old Republic 10 years ago. And because if the claim that you're making that it didn't have loading screens, you've never played the game. Star Wars: The Republic has had loading screens since the very beginning. I have videos on my channel that prove that. I have live streams. I played that game at launch. When it came out, it has always had loading screens. You are full of shit if you claim that it didn't have loading screens 10 years ago. It has always had loading screens. Always. Flashpoints have always had loading screens. Landing on the planets has always had loading screens. We've had cutscenes with the ships landing on loading screens. Cutscenes when the ships land on the stations, the Republic fleet or the Imperial fleet. We have always had loading screens in Star Wars: The Old Republic. Tell us you're full of shit without telling us you're full of shit. You've obviously never played the game you're trying to commit to. You are a troll, a big fat ugly troll who doesn't know what you're talking about. But that's okay, because it's free engagement, and that's how I make a living. So thanks for being here.
We were never trained to address threats coming from outside.
Now that we know there are other people out there, we need to be more prepared for trouble than ever.
You're lucky we're under orders not to escort you right off this ship.
Alright, I'm going to save here, because if I can't convince her without Paramore, then I'm just going to leave this alone for later. Because I don't have any persuasion.
I'm guiding the ship to better and brighter horizons.
My crew may not realize it now, but we will be much happier with a home of our own.
Janet wants to leave.
I'm well aware of Janet's desire to leave. I'll tell you the same thing I told her. For the sake of our mission and community, we need to stay together.
We gotta
Each
stick
member
together.
of our community is valuable, especially Janet. If she left, we'd be at least a couple of weeks behind in food production while we train someone to fill her role. But I suppose if you brought us more food staples to tide us over while that happens, we could do it. Say, a large quantity of potatoes?
I don't think there's any way past the potato quest. Nura's coming in with 200 bits over on Twitch. So just caught your Lotros videos on YouTube. Super helpful. Thanks so much for making them. You're welcome. I've been playing Lord of the Rings Online since it launched. Like 18 years or whatever it is. It's a great game. I don't play it all the time anymore. We do play it occasionally on Sunday nights with my brother and his wife and their kids. So, still play it a little bit, but yeah, I have a ton of videos for Lotro. Also, Star Wars: The Old Republic, too.
Yes.
I don't know what I should try here, so I don't have 50 potatoes, so let's just try the persuade
I'll be
option.
the judge of that.
I'm never gonna do this. I could tell you're a very reasonable and considerate captain.
I know, which is why I'm taking into account the future.
Maybe she'll return my day with insight that can help you.
I hadn't thought.
Oh, wow. This is the perfect way to prove you're as seasoned as capable as your predecessors.
Please, I wish you wouldn't
Load! Scum save for the win! Somebody's out there's gonna get triggered. Renfail's quick saving and scum loading again!
I'm guiding the ship to better and brighter horizons. My crew may not realize it now.
Alright, let's see if I can
I'm well
get
aware
past
of
this
Janet,
without any like
each member of
paramour
our
stuff.
community, but
I could go look up what the options are.
I'll be the judge of that.
It's cruel to keep someone against their will.
Well,
Holy
when
shit,
you put
that
it
worked.
like that, I suppose it does seem awful of me.
Oh. If you're letting one person go will cause a max excess, maybe you're wrong about your mission.
A fair point. Maybe we can sustain one loss. Everyone else still believes in our mission. Well,
Damn,
you've got away
I can't
with
believe I
words,
was able
I'll
to
give
pull
you
that off.
Once again, you've convinced me to do the right thing. And while I'm not happy about letting one of our own go, I think you're right. It's for the best.
It's for the best.
Let her know she's free to leave on the next ship willing to take her. I just hope this doesn't prompt others to want to leave as well.
Alright. Return to Janet.
We've got strict rules around here. But they're strict.
I wonder if I can get Janet to join my crew. Last time I wasn't able to convince the captain, and I ended up with the potato quest and just abandoned
Never
it.
seen a ship like
Poor
yours
Janet.
before.
To her
Then again,
fate.
I haven't seen any ships before you arrived.
Janet, darling.
You seem convinced you can help me.
Should let you go on the next ship willing
But
to
I'll
take
really-
you.
Wait, for real? How? I thought I was going to have to escape on my own somehow, but if she's given me her blessing, that's even better.
Matter of fact, speaking of Star Wars: The Old Republic, I've used this many times when we've talked about landing and takeoff and landing animations. Every time I play that game, I absolutely love watching my ship take off and land on all of the planets and space stations and everything. Just as much as I was a big fan of when George Lucas added more landing and takeoff sequences in the special editions that came out in the late 90s of Star Wars. Like, I am never going to say no to more landing sequences of the amazing Star Wars ships that I know and love. And the coolest thing about Star Wars: The Republic is, like, every one of those class stories gets a really cool ship. Especially like the smuggler and the Imperial agent with like this shiny James Bond ship. I've one thing to say, and that's, damn it, Janet, join my crew. That's right, Babylonia. Thank you. That was great, man.
If I'm being honest...
Wait, did I get a chance to
known
join
you
my
could do
crew?
it.
I just realized there was a third
After
option
all,
and I
the
wasn't
reason we're
talking.
still
I may have
out
to
here.
reload really quick.
I was kind of hoping you'd overhear me and offer to help earlier. I probably should have just asked you.
Hang on, was there
Anyway,
an option? Was there an option to have her join my crew? I saw like a third thing and I didn't get a chance to read it because I just clicked the first one. Now I gotta go back on my stream and rewind. I got all excited about the... Oh, you cannot recruit Janet. Never mind. All right. What about your sister?
Julia? Oh, she'll be fine. She loves this stupid ship. I've tried talking her into coming with me, but she won't budge. Like almost everyone else, she believes in the original mission. Whatever. I'm sure I'll hear news of the Constant's whereabouts. Maybe I'll even come back to visit. She's my sister, after all.
Well, I wish you luck.
Thanks again. I'm going to need it. It's a whole new world out there.
It's a whole new world.
Hi there.
She'll have a small quest for you later, says Sandy. Cool. See, this is something I've never seen before. That'll be interesting to see that play out. Because I was totally stuck on tater quests during my last 2 playthroughs. I never actually scumloaded the captain to try to convince her otherwise. Also, I never get tired of this right here. Whether it's the normal ships or this ship, I love this animation sequence of like sitting down in your chair. And thank God for hands-off landing and takeoff sequences, because I can sit here and relax a little bit, put the controller down, chat, hang out. One of the things that stresses me out the most when I was playing Elite Dangerous was the fact that if you fuck up the landing or takeoff, you can blow up your ship. That's just not fun at all to me. Like, I need there to be automatic landing and takeoff. I don't want to have to stress about those things. Also, I'm gonna have to make another video about people who claim that the only way to travel is by opening up So there are some people who claim the only way to travel is to do this right here, to go into the menu, to go into the UI and go to the star map and travel from here. And I'm like, you do realize that you can travel straight from the cockpit, right? Like, all you gotta do is have a quest selected. Yeah, click the dot and you get an option to travel. Like, duh. And there's also loading screens in Star Citizen too, George. Yeah, I know. It's crazy. If you keep being a dick over on Kick, you're gonna get a ban there too, Maniac Shade. Matter of fact, if you're already banned on YouTube,
unidentified ship.
Bye-bye.
We're going to attempt to scan you for contraband. Please comply. Pretty please. Scan
I don't have
you
contraband.
To land at New Atlantis. Please enjoy your visit to Jemison.
Hang on, we forgot to play the music for Maniac.
Strong hand, fist of iron, judgment falls. Hearts are dying, banhammer strikes. Tears like rain, justice served. Feel their pain.
We got a 2 for kids. Exactly, Gray. It's never Star Wars: The Republic has never been an open world game. That was the stupidest claim I've ever heard.
In other news, maroon fellas have been sighted.
Oh, I was hoping we might run into one another again. Your timing is
Feel their pain.
I'm on the verge of something, but I don't quite have all the information I need.
Courtesy of Babylonia, who's in chat. Make sure to follow his channel. He's been streaming some Fallout, Starfield, other stuff. Wait, is today Thursday? No, it's Wednesday. No. Always eager to help, Kelton.
You have no idea how much I appreciate that. Truly. Of course, now that I understand more about what's going on, it seems plain as day. And yet I never would have imagined it before. The tertiary trunks have also liquefied their interiors, but they're not vibrating. I thought perhaps it was some sort of defect, but it's much simpler. They're listening.
They're listening. It's just a tree, Kelton.
That's a very reductive and borderline insulting way of looking at things. I believe this tree is sending vibrations out over massive distances and expecting to detect sympathetic vibrations in return. As of yet, there's been no response. I suspect that will not change, that a response is impossible, and that's very, very bad news.
Well, it sounds like we've got to do something and fast.
My thoughts precisely. Now, as of yet, there has been no response, and clearly none of the nearby individuals are a correct match. While it can't be ruled out that the intended recipient of these messages was cut down during the city's expansion, there is one other possibility. Over 100 years ago, the United Colonies and the Freestar Collective emerged from the Narian War. As a gesture of peace and goodwill, a near-literal olive branch, one of the trees from New Atlantis, was offered to the leaders of Aquila City.
Wait, is this like the Tree of Gondor?
Nice. Short-sighted and ill-advised, in my opinion. Of course, you can't just uproot a native species and plunk it down on some other planet in a totally different environment and expect it to grow. Clearly, no exobotanists were consulted ahead of time. The end result was wholly predictable. The tree died within a few short years.
So that's a dead end, pardon the pun.
Clever, but no, not necessarily. The tree died, yes, but branches
Naps are
were
good,
kept.
Mo.
At least one still exists in the museum there in the city. If I had that branch, I could get DNA samples, and then using various data I've gathered, I could attempt to simulate a response. We could then broadcast that response and hopefully calm down our friend here. But as I say, I need that branch.
All right, I'll be back with it as soon as I can.
I knew you would understand. The museum in Aquila City is under the supervision of one Miss Kassler, I'm told. I don't know anything about her, but hopefully she'll be willing to listen to reason and assist our cause. All right, off you go. We don't have any time to waste.
Let me check in with Chris, because I think it's about time to go grab our great niece, and I don't know if she wants me to go with her or not. I'll be right back. Hang on.
I hope Aquila City has what we need. I don't like the idea of relying on the Freestar Collective, but here we are. Have you been to Aquila City yet? I don't mean to pressure you, but my work really does depend on getting a sample of that trait. I hope Aquila City has what we need. I don't like the idea of relying on the Freestar Collective, but here we are.
Alright, I'm gonna head out, everybody. I'm gonna go pick up my great niece with Chris and call it here. I'll probably be back in a few hours. I don't know what we'll do in a few hours, assuming we don't have any internet issues like we did this morning. We were having some hiccups this morning, but this stream has been pretty stable, so maybe those are worked out. I don't know. I'm on the backup internet right now, so fingers crossed.
I don't mean to pressure you, but my work really does depend.
I may be back this afternoon. If I'm not back this afternoon, tomorrow morning we're kicking off Ghost of Yotai. or Yote, however it's pronounced. So stay tuned for that, because we'll be starting bright and early, as always. YouTube, Twitch, Kick, TikTok, everything in between. And if you missed the fun discussion we had talking about Oblivion, loading screens in Oblivion versus Starfield, stay tuned. I will have that video out on YouTube after I get back for picking up my great niece. That'll be my lunch project, so that'll be out on YouTube in the next hour or two. And we're going to watch all the little crybabies have a meltdown. See you then!